What's up, guys? 1 second. Nice. On my way to the field. It's a U.S. military base field in Osan. So yeah, so if you don't receive answers, there's no reason for you to go anywhere. If you don't receive any absolute certainty, then whatever you do, it's not a... Alright, now the mic is working. Sometimes the mic don't work, sometimes the mic works. It's kind of back and forth. Anyways, everything I said before, there is a balance in life, right? For instance, if you don't have enough food, but you have just the right amount to eat, you just eat that amount of food and work on using those calories for energy, right? Same thing as, I believe, financially. Whatever you have, you spend that amount of... You spend whatever you have. Don't spend more than what you can afford. So, what I think, that's like it's not only my philosophy, but I'm sure it's many people's philosophy. It's very simple philosophy, right? Even though, at sometimes you need that faith to really, even though you don't have anything, you have that faith to really believe that God will provide. But at the same time, God has given you those opportunities for you to provide for yourself and to save and accumulate your wealth or your knowledge or your physical energy, So I believe there also needs to be a balance, right? You can't just eat whatever you want, sleep how many little hours you have to sleep, and just work every day with that amount of charge of energy in you, right? So having faith is good, but God doesn't provide for the foolish, I believe. God doesn't award the foolish. God provides those who make that vessel for you to receive that blessing. So everything is in the balance of God's timing and God's righteousness and His sovereignty. So, you can't have more faith than God, right? You know what I mean? You can't have more faith. Can you have more faith than God? Does God need faith? God does not need faith because He is. But what I just said was kind of is not it's not realistic. What is it? 상식적? It's not... How do you say it? I don't know what I'm saying right now. Anyways, let me organize my thoughts. Anyways, yeah. So God does not provide for the foolish. He provides for those who are prepared. And man, today in the morning, I tried my hardest to really just focus on the book, just trying to just read the book. But sometimes the book you're not very interested, but you just force reading, and you're just trying to trying to cover the words. You know what I mean? Not really gaining any spiritual strength, or not gaining any real knowledge, but it's like really redundant, repetitive kind of lines that I'm reading, right? Sometimes when it's emphasized less, smaller words, less words often sound the loudest, and it's often more powerful. So it's like repetitive. Okay, I get it. You can give me other examples, but then it's very repetitive. I don't want to hear it again. I want you to expand on that and really give a broader perspective of why this is so important and why this is so necessary. Right? So I'm reading a book about time management, and transcending time and space. What is that? You're able to manage time with ease and with purpose, and you're able to organize and accumulate a lot of progression and wealth with a little amount of time and energy, right? So that is very godlike. So just managing your time. We have limited resource. All of our limited resource for every human being is time, right? When time runs out, it is finished. But actually, it is also a perception that mankind made in order to give a perspective of how long it will take and how long we have left, and for more accuracy. But yeah, all of our times are limited, and it is very important for us to utilize our time wisely. But at the same time, you feel like you're in control of your own time. That means if you want to spend your time wisely, prayer will be out of the question. Prayer will be such a waste of time and energy, because you're thinking, right? You're using your calorie from your brain, which is not that much, but what they say is like your brain uses most of the calories from your body. It's the most energy. I can't think of the words right now. Anyways, yeah, it uses the most of the energy. And so yeah, if you cannot organize, and so it's talking about dictate time. That's what Pastor Yu has been talking about, dictate time. So you're actually taking control of your own time, right? So you don't kind of spend your time uselessly and thoughtlessly with someone else, especially when you're with someone else. You might spend your time very unwisely. So it might be it might be not progressive and a useful spending of your time. So it's better to plan out everything. Even they say plan out every part of your day, every schedule, every hour of your day, in order to really recognize how much you have done and accomplished. So yeah, I'm trying to schedule every moment of my day. I'm trying to schedule every part of every hour of my day. But it's hard. Your body wants to do something else. It just wants rest and just reward yourself for something that you did not do. Your body just constantly wants to reward your brain. It's a dopamine, releasing that dopamine and constantly, give yourself sugar, unhealthy things, and reward yourself with unhealthy things. That's what your body wants to do. And it goes back to homeostasis. It goes back to wanting, seeking healthier alternatives after destroying your body or your temple. So it's always going back and forth, back and forth. But if you are able to keep on staying on that track of being healthy and being energetic, you might want to, have a little fun, go out, maybe, not for me, but some other people who are fond of drinking alcohol. I don't like alcohol. They might go out and drink or smoke or do other things that are not beneficial, and ultimately going to that same cycle of addiction. So it's really, it's very... One second, my dad's calling. So yeah, and I believe in another topic, a whole different topic right now, but I believe in a backup plan, because we're human beings. Many things that we plan out, it doesn't really, it's not very straightforward, and it's not like ABC. It could be like BCA. The plan can go totally in a weird direction. You never know about a plan. So if you have a backup plan, when something happens, you'll always be prepared, right? So that is a very important thing to keep in mind. Having a backup plan for that backup plan, that'll be even more beneficial, right? If you've experienced a lot of poverty and financial difficulties in your life, Always important. Always have a backup plan. Also, if you're working, I've also read this book. I will tell you maybe later about that book, but I can't remember the title of the book, but what it says is to save 10% of your income. Usually people get it every week or monthly. So keep that 10%, put it away. Don't touch it. And if you just continuously save that amount, never touch it for a year, it accumulates and you're able to invest that money into another another thing, right? So yeah, I think it's a very important lesson for me, saving 10% of whatever you earn, putting it away. Yeah, and also there's like other rules, but I forgot, but because people want things right now, it's a problem, right? For instance, I want like a food delivery like ASAP. I want food delivery. I want food right now. I'm hungry. I'm really craving, I have the munchies or whatever. And these things are actually it's just momentary pleasure. So if do you want momentary pleasure, or do you want something that gives you a sense of accomplishment? Okay, so I gotta just use the bathroom. 1 second. Hey. Yep, just used the bathroom and I am on my way back on road. Yeah, man. I realize you need to have a leisure. And at another time, is that better? Or is that, I think that's better. You can see the back too. Yeah, so you need some spiritual leisure in order to pray, and you also need mental leisure and physical leisure. I guess in a physical sense, you need to relax your body. If you're kind of sore and you're like you have a cold, you have a sore throat, you're feeling sick, you need a time off. You need to relax. But once you feel better, you go right back to work. You go right back to. So for instance, if you have a muscle soreness, once you go to the gym, you feel sore for like 2-3 days, and then right after you feel that soreness goes away, you go right back to the gym, right? So you reach that point where you cannot go any further, right? In a bodybuilding aspect, it's your PR, personal record, I guess, like the heaviest you can go. And also fatigue, muscular fatigue, right? You don't have any more energy. And also, when you hit the last rep, I guess PR. I guess that's PR. But You reach that point, and you did a good job. You exhausted all your energy out to that point where you can't do, even if somebody puts a gun to your head, you can't do one more, right? So you go to that point, and then what do? Do you do more? Do you exercise more? No. You have to go relax. You have to take a time off, right? So from everything, I believe you need a time off, except for prayer. Because prayer, guys, come on, it's not a hard thing. It's just conversation with God. It should be the greatest blessing. Do you get tired of breathing? No, you don't get tired of breathing, because if you don't breathe, you'll die, right? Does that make sense to you, right? There's certain things that you can do for 24 hours, right? Also, another thing, can you stop blinking? Can you just continuously, right? You have to always use your energy to blink, your body energy to blink. So I don't know if that is kind of is in the same topic, but anyways. Yeah, so I'm going to the Osan base. I don't know if I said it before. Osan U.S. military base, and I want to see how the field is. I see a helicopter already, military helicopter already. Right, check it out. Yeah, I don't know if you see it, but anyways, yeah. So guys, you need to schedule out. Without schedule, you're just a roaming animal. In a figurative sense, you're just a roaming animal. You're like a roaming bear or a tiger or a lion that is just wandering around to look for its catch and look for its food. Right? But if you have a schedule, you don't have to go through all that hardship. You continuously do what is resourceful and necessary and really helpful to your daily life, and ultimately accumulation of your days, and ultimately your better self for the next week or the next month. Don't sabotage your plans. But be strategic with your time, because there is a limited amount of time. And if you're gonna sleep more to rejuvenate and restore your energy, that's a different thing. But then you don't need a ridiculous amount of hours to sleep, right? You just need that right amount, that sweet spot. So yeah, and also eating a lot eating a lot at once, it doesn't make you grow. For those young folks out there, young kids out there, eating a lot doesn't make you bigger, but then eating the adequate amount on the same time, same day, same time of the day, continuously on, will make you grow taller, make you grow stronger, right? But eating all those amount at once, it doesn't. Right? Also, if you study everything at once, right, you can't memorize everything. And it won't be puzzled into your brain in an orderly fashion. It'll be crammed in, and ultimately you cannot make use of that. So expanded amount of time, expanded amount of energy you put in and you receive, it will make you grow. It will help you grow. So doing the same thing over and over again, and you will receive results. Pyeongtaek. Pyeongtaek. Wow, that is a big letters of written Pyeongtaek. You guys see it? Pyeongtaek. If there's a HWA in front of it, it'll be my name. Park Pyeongtaek. Not that funny, but funny to me. Anyways. Yeah, man, it's all about preparation, accumulation, production, progression, and continuous, only uniqueness recreation, right? One heart, whole heart continuation. So you gotta have a reason for why you're doing this today again. If there is no reason, and you're just doing it because you feel like you're gonna get these results, but then these results doesn't have a deep meaning, you will quit very easily. You will give up very easily. So you need that deep meaning, why, that passion, and a correct motive, a meaningful, deep inspiration, right? So everything that you do, make a system, create a system. But if it's not meaningful, you will abandon that system. You will cheat yourself. You will cheat. But you need to have that deep meaning, deep reason. Why you're doing this? Why are you at the gym again? To get a six-pack? To look good in the beach? Or is it for a deeper meaning, deeper reason? That will get you up. The deeper reason will be for you to be healthy and to have a healthy child, and for me, I guess, to go to the field every day and not be tired or weary. So you need to have that kind of deeper purpose and a reason. Anyways, yeah, I'm almost there, so I'll record a little more when I'm on my way back. Okay?
And on that list was your name and my name together. What kind of a list would have the name of a communist and the name of a bookmaker side by side?
went to the the base. It was like my first time when I went to ShopRite or Walmart, if you guys might say. I miss it. I miss America. But anyways, it was fun. I hope God will open up a lot of doors and a lot of meetings and really be able to evangelize the American field from Korea. It would be cool, you know? So, very good experience, very good meeting, blessing of meeting, and met this dude. He is currently working for the U.S. military. So, yeah, everything around there, it was kind of like a new world. Anyways, it was a blessed time, and I just wanted to really think about, everything that we go through. We might have, disadvantage if you compare, or we comparing each other, but it's kind of like comparing apples to oranges in a way, because all of our mistakes, all of our disadvantages are, we have something that's good. There's something that we're good at, and there are something that we're bad at, and everybody cannot be the same. So for those vessels, God will use you for those kind of purpose. God will use you as a wine bottle, if you can. Does that make sense? Hold on. God will pour the wine inside of you if you're a wine bottle vessel. If you're a soup vessel, God will pour you the amount of soup. I'm saying this figuratively. And so you will be used as much as your vessel will be held and purposeful and rightful for that work. Right? God didn't use all the disciples similarly. He utilized Paul the most. He utilized Paul because he was a very big vessel. He was able to evangelize to the Jews and the Gentiles because he was one of them. He was a TCK, right? So, anyways, so everybody has their own vessel, but we can shape the form. Does that make sense? We can widen our vessels, or we could shrink our vessels, depending on how much we will be able to accept everything, So it's really, I think I'm able to anyways, today inside that food court, God's kingdom came upon that place, and I've never seen that many Americans in a while, and such a blessing to be able to, and that I am part of them. I belong with them, so it's pretty cool. It's a cool feeling, except that I'm not a soldier, but I am, I guess, a soldier of Christ. Yeah, but anyways, talking kind of weird here, but I'm kind of tired. What I ate Taco Bell. I forgot the name of that. Was it chalupa? I forgot the name of the taco, but it was good. And um, you know, take everything step at a time, one step at a time. You can't get to your destination in one trip in a short amount of time, but the longer the trip is, it's gonna be worth it, right? So enjoy that, right? Enjoy your identity and authority, and experience every moment of your life, because your life is precious. Your life is so worth it. That's why do things right now. That's why it's called the present, because it is momentary right now, and after this it's gone. After this time is gone, can't bring it back, can't come back. So really time is so valuable. You cannot turn back time. And memories, you cannot delete memories in your mind. Oh man, kind of getting hungry again. Kind of want some sundae-국. This is 갈비찜. Ooh, 쉰다. I'll figure something out too. I'll check it out. What I will eat. What this introvert will eat. Oh, it is the right way. Anyways, yeah, man. I will get back to you in a bit. Alright. Alright, guys, so I'm gonna sleep a little early. Right now it's 12:17, and I have Tuesday conference tomorrow, so I'm gonna go, and that's Chris Bumstead. Alright, so I'm gonna sleep. Have a good night. Peace, and God bless.